You guys are now 16-7, 2.5 games out of first place, tied for the third best record, second best net rating, number one offense, second best point differential. Actually, an elite point differential. The Warriors are something insane at like 13. You guys are 9, which is indicative of a 60-plus win team, a typical 1 or 2 seed in the playoffs. Do you guys ever talk about the fact that the national media just ignores you guys? Is that a topic of conversation ever?
I wouldn't say it's a topic of conversation, but it does like randomly get brought up every now and then. I think we laugh about it more than anything. Like I think to us, it's like if you don't want to talk about our team and the way we play, or Donovan and Rudy and what they do on a nightly basis, it's like fuck you all. Like we'll just keep doing what we do, and we'll do it on the down low. And I mean that classic, like obviously only the guys that are in the room kind of matter. Like it doesn't matter to us what you're saying about me and Josh Giddey, or what whoever else is saying about Rudy, or not saying about Rudy or Donovan, or what they achieve. And you just kind of go on about your business. I mean, from 8 years ago to now, do we get more attention? Like obviously way more. But I don't think we'll ever be on the level of the big market teams. That's obviously clear. But I think times we sit there and kind of laugh about the fact that, I mean, even last year we had the best record. I mean, probably you could probably know better than me, but more or less the whole year, really, after that first part where teams kind of spread out. So it was just like, we'll just keep doing what we're doing. And if they want to talk about it, great. If not, we'll just keep doing what we're doing.
So why do you think that is, though? Because to a degree, yes, it's a small market, and having some experience in this field, there is a lot of attention paid to the Lakers, the Knicks, the Nets, the Warriors. I understand that. But when I think about your team, you've got a charismatic star in Donovan. You've got allegedly the nicest guy in the NBA in Mike Conley. You've got allegedly, well, that's what everybody says. You've got three awesome international players. You've got a great coach. You've got one of the first or second team every year league fit all-stars in Jordan Clarkson. Like there's a lot to like about your team, and it's great basketball. I mean, I looked at the numbers today. Your offensive rating is 4 points ahead of the second place team right now. It's a beautiful game to watch. It's not like you're a boring team. You have a lot of personality. It's actually befuddling. It's befuddling to me. I don't understand it.
I think you should ask your
producers. I'm gonna start talking to the producers. Like, actually, I force fed a line in there about the Jazz, my first or second day on the job, and I said, we're just gonna ignore them. I think I used the line. It feels very similar to last year with the Milwaukee Bucks. Great regular season success, some disappointing playoff failures, and then we're just sort of writing them off in year 3. Like they're not a real contender. When every other indicator says that you clearly are still a contender.
Yeah, I mean, you would know better reading the scripts of some of the shows you're going on prior to what they want to talk about and why they want to talk about these things. I mean, the most attention we ever got was when the world thought that Rudy was the first person to ever have COVID, and that he brought it to the NBA and he shut down the world. And like, it was like Rudy was like, had a cup in his room, like stirring this thing together, and then like threw it out to everyone. It's like, that was the most media we've got. And then the fact that him and Donovan were unsalvageable for however long. Like it's, like you said, like, I mean, Rudy's going to be definitely 4, 5, 6 time defensive player of the year by the end of his career. Donovan's going to be a multi-time all-star, and JC, six-man Mike, allegedly is the nicest guy in the league. Like we've got a really, really fun group. Like you said, I think it's fun to watch the way we play. Like I think we play the right way, and I'm not talking about other teams not, but I think the way we play, we're not coming down ISO and we're not coming down and just playing off Donovan every single possession. We play the right way, we win. We're not in the media for doing stupid things. And like, I don't know why. I also don't care. But I don't know why people wouldn't want to talk about us. I think we would be a fun team to talk about. I think you can dissect the way we play in a good way, and it probably would help a lot of people around the world on learning how to play basketball properly. Maybe we should start a show just called the Utah Jazz podcast.
I think it's a good idea.
I might just start. We might turn this into a Utah Jazz podcast. 2 years ago we turned it into a Miami Heat podcast. So like we might as well just turn this into a Utah Jazz.
Then Duncan made his own podcast up.
Here's you kind of touched on this, but here's my theory on the whole thing. My whole theory is not that it's a small market. It's simply that the media thrives off of drama. It's why free agency, trade deadline, it's why there's such big days on NBA Twitter. It's why, us going to DeAndre's house when he's committed to the Dallas Mavericks is the greatest day ever on NBA Twitter. It's because it's not about the basketball. And frankly, you guys have had really good stability. You've had a core group of guys that have been there a while. Quinn's been there a while. There's just, I'm sure there's drama. It's the NBA. I'm sure you guys have drama. There's probably guys on your team that maybe don't like each other that much, but it's just, there's nothing out there. And when the Rudy, Donovan situation, when that got out there, like that was something we can finally talk about the Jazz about. But it's like, well, why don't we just talk about how good they are at basketball? Why don't we talk about how dominant Rudy is defensively?